Hi, I'm here with Tom Farrell, and we're going to discuss what he's been up to since being diagnosed with his stress fracture. So, Tom, how's it going since basically being diagnosed?
It's good. After being diagnosed, it was a bit of a rough couple of weeks, but after that, obviously a bit of a break. Took about 6 weeks of no running, about 3 weeks of no activity, and then got back into cross training in different forms, and then coming back out here early to mid-August. But slowly increasing the training. But now I'm back at full miles, full training, and everything's all steam ahead.
Okay, so is it right that you're racing on Thursday?
We leave Thursday, racing Saturday in Austin, Texas, which is it's the Big 12 cross country meet. So it's like what we call conference out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty big meet for us. On the men's side, we've probably got the best conference in the nation. We've got us, we're ranked first, and then we have Oklahoma ranked 6th and Texas ranked 7th. So it's going to be a good meet. It's going to be certainly be exciting and interesting to see how we all run.
Okay, what's the kind of aims, obviously, going into that race for you?
Well, my first race out a couple of weeks ago was a 10K on cross country 10K, and it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't awful for my first race back. I think then it must have been my 10th or 11th week back into training now. Probably 4th or 5th week of real training, because I think I'm in my 13th week of running right now, and that was from like 10 minutes back on the ground, and then like day off 15 minutes. So we're getting there. The aim for this weekend is purely team aims. Just run as the coach wants us to, as Dave wants us to run. We'll decide that probably Thursday or Friday in the hotel, but it's a team win at the Big 12s. We've won the last 4 years, going for our 5th title. And so, it means a lot, but especially this year because it's such a big meet. This will be our first real race of the year where we kind of unload the guns and go. Because the last race I ran, but the last 2 races the team have ran, it's been really controlled effort. Nothing too hard, really.
Okay, so I'm guessing obviously the big aim for the season is going to be the NCAAs. What kind of approach have you taken to that? Because obviously you have had a bit of a disturbed period.
Right. Basically, see how training goes from here on. I'm making improvements day by day, and slowly getting there. I can definitely tell differences from when I even arrived back here in mid-August. But again, team aims, not really individual for me this year. It's mainly because of my level of fitness. It's going to be. I won't be far off where I was last year, but the race is so deep. I'll be doing what will be best for my team regarding on where I've ran the next couple of races, like how I'm looking on the team-wise, where I start, where we aim to finish. But I'd like to run somewhere around where I was last year. Last couple of years at Nationals, I haven't had great races. I've had okay races. I personally think that my best races have been a couple before Nationals. Now it's because I've never run 10K. I hadn't run 10Ks before until I got out here. On volume and tired. You're training from August to November, and we have to get up pretty early out here. So we have normally 6, half 6, 7 o'clock practice. So it probably won't be as aggressive for me personally, race plan wise, but it'll certainly be what's best for the team. Regarding the European Cross, I would like to do it. I've never done it. I've never competed. I've competed for the World Cross a couple of times.
Yeah.
It would fit perfectly with my season out here. It's probably cross country wise, rather than the World Cross, it would be better.
Yeah.
To do it, but I have conflicts with. It's the end of the semesters out here, and so I have exams and finals to take. So I wouldn't be able to come back, and I need to take about 2 weeks to come back, adjust the time, race, and then obviously I wouldn't be able to come back in between the race, the trials and Europeans. And since they brought the rule in last year that said any NCAA athletes have to compete in the trials, and then the rule here now says, well, they basically dropped the NCAA, but they're still slightly targeting us, saying that it's first 6 across the line effectively. So, it would be. I'd like to do it, but I just don't think it's going to be feasible to do it, to be honest.
Okay, Tom. So going into 2013, what are going to be the aims?
Predominantly NCAA aims for the university out here. Oklahoma State have supported me from 2009 when I first arrived here. They've been really good with me, and they were really good with me last year, allowing me to redshirt. I didn't race for them outdoors last year because the aim was the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
We set that up. We decided that in January that we were going to try and put myself in the best position possible to qualify and compete in the Olympics. And we virtually did everything right, apart from the last couple of weeks before the trials, which I couldn't have controlled. I wasn't doing anything different, and we decided that it was just a freak accident, nothing that we could have controlled. So originally, these aren't plans that I've actually spoke about with coach. These are just pencil plans that I'm kind of thinking of. But really, indoors, I'd like to run quick, but the focus won't be massively on indoors. It'll be mainly outdoors. I'd like to finally get All America in indoors or outdoors. I just missed it last year indoors. And then, depending on how I'm feeling after outdoors NCAAs, which is around early June, I'll then make a decision whether, depending on if I have an A standard, because my A standard from last year's 5K won't count.
Okay.
Depending if I'm in a good enough position, if I have a standard, or if I feel like I'm fit enough that I can chase a standard, and if it's going to be again feasible to do the European season, come back home and race a couple of times,